Even after stepping away from the ring, Manny Pacquiao hasn't let go of his commitment to fitness. His current training camp shows a determined and disciplined fighter focused on a serious comeback. He's been engaging in gym routines, strength drills, and conditioning exercises designed to sharpen his reflexes and endurance. These efforts aren't just to get in shape, but to prepare himself for a performance that proves he still belongs.
Day one. Marvin, good. Good.
While excitement surrounds his return, there's also a visible undercurrent of concern. Many fans and critics alike question the wisdom of returning to such a physically demanding sport at 45 years old, with years of inactivity and no official fights. Since his retirement, people are worried this bout might be more harmful than historic concerns about injury and long-term health risks are being voiced, making it clear that not everyone supports the idea of this late-career comeback.
I'm hearing things here. Manny Pacquiao aiming for a shock return to the ring, age 46, Josh.
Yeah, I read something about that, man. It's, that guy's my hero, you know, I named my dog after him and stuff like that, you know, so, but he's touching 50 years old. I think, you know, he should leave it where it is, you know, but, you know, obviously if you get a chance to share a ring with Manny Pacquiao, nobody's going to say no, you know.
In interviews and recent footage, Pacquiao reassures fans that he's not coming back blindly. He insists that he's been maintaining an active lifestyle even after retiring from boxing. Daily workouts, runs, and gym sessions have always been part of his routine. Not for a fight, but simply because he loves staying active. According to him, he's never truly left the...
I'm still in shape right now. I'm always in workout, training. Like, I love workout and playing basketball like that. So I'm happy for it.
Do you still watch boxing now? Are you still into it? Do you enjoy watching boxing?
Yeah, because, you know, boxing is my passion, so that's why I'm enjoying watching boxing.
Boxing veteran Ricky Hatton joined the conversation with a mix of criticism and realism. He questioned how regulators could allow someone of Pacquiao's age to return to such a high-level fight. Drawing comparisons to Mike Tyson's late return, Hatton argued that the sport is becoming too accepting of extreme age gaps and mismatched bouts. While he acknowledged that anything can happen in modern boxing, he also warned that these matchups could harm legacies rather than build them.
4 years he's fighting for the WBC welterweight title. That's July the 19th in Vegas, ironically. What did you make of that news when you heard it?
Well, it's boxing today, innit? To be honest with you, boxing's, you know, if you can let a 58-year-old Mike Tyson box a Jake Paul, then, well, Manny Pacquiao going back at 46 doesn't look too bad, does it? But Manny is coming back, though. You know, Tyson was coming back fighting Jake Paul. Manny's coming back fighting for the world title. and I say this with love, you know, how has Manny got his world title shot? He's been retired 6 years. He can't. He's got that on our previous successes, hasn't he? You know, to walk straight after being retired so many years ago, straight into a world title fight. How is that allowed possible? What happened? Surely he must have been dropped out of the rankings when he retired. All of a sudden he decided to make a comeback. They put him straight in at #1 contender. I think only boxing can answer that.
I think did you say fifth, Joe? He's been already placed fifth in the world ranking.
Fifth in the. How can he be placed back in the top 10?
Comeback fighter.
Yeah, you know, when you've been retired years, and you know, and your previous, he was a hell of a fighter a few years back, but we don't know what he's going to be like today. So you know, you'd like to think he'd have a couple of warm-up fights so we can say, yeah, and then get him in. But boxing these days, I think the money's everything in it.
You fought both, obviously. In your opinion, who's better? Who's tougher?
I think Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, I think Floyd Mayweather. I mean, and that sounds rich because he absolutely was probably one of the most brutal knockouts in boxing history, I'd say. You know what I mean? When I see him getting knocked out by Pacquiao on Instagram or YouTube or anything like that, it's in the top 10 of the most destructive knockouts of all time.
Yeah.
But I was a little bit past myself back in the day. You know, I'd had one or two. You know, I wasn't a master of defence like Floyd Mayweather. I'd take 4 to get one in sometimes, you know. And
Recent footage from Los Angeles captures Pacquiao speaking with the calm resolve of someone ready to face any challenge. He discussed the burden of being a role model and the importance of learning from past defeats. His tone was serious but positive, and physically he appeared alert and ready. The training sessions show him hitting pads with speed, moving fluidly, and preparing.
That's true, right? Yeah. So, I'm going to tell you something I noticed this morning. Your record is 62 wins, 8 losses, but I'm going to be honest with you, half of your losses you didn't lose. You didn't lose to Bradley. You didn't lose to Jeff Horn. Your 2 draws are not really draws. You won those fights.
Yeah.
Why is that, man?
It's just happened. I cannot, I mean, we cannot complain anymore. It's a charge to experience and learn from it.
Any advice for young fighters who want to be where you are, who want to be the next Pacquiao, who want to be a legend?
My advice to them is like, you know, stay humble. That's the most important thing. When God gives you a great responsibility, great power, then know your responsibility. Must be balanced. You cannot have a power without responsibility.
Despite the positive visuals, there remains a strong sentiment of caution among the boxing community. Critics worry that Pacquiao's body might not be able to handle the wear and tear of a full fight against a younger opponent. The long absence from the ring only adds to that fear. Though his commitment is visible, his age and the physical...
This is a bad idea. Out of nowhere, the WBC decides they want their welterweight champion, Mario Barrios, to defend his belt against Manny Pacquiao. About 7 to 8, maybe 9, 10 years ago, I would have said, hells yeah, if we had a Manny Pacquiao championship fight. But Manny's been retired for 4 years. He's 46 years old. His last fight was in 2021, and he lost to Ugas in a unanimous decision. I watched his exhibition bout against the kickboxer guy in Japan. And again, I think people will look at this and go, well, Jake Paul fought Mike Tyson, and yeah, that happened. And I also said that Mike was going to get really badly hurt, and it was a terrible idea for him to do that. There were some health issues and everything else. Luckily, Mike didn't get super hurt in the fight, but this is a world championship level fight against a sitting world champion, and Manny does not belong in there. And again, I'm worried that he's going to get hurt badly.
Boxing analyst Ryan Campbell offered a more balanced take. He acknowledged the physical disadvantages that come with age, but also pointed out that legendary fighters have defied the odds before. Using George Foreman's late career resurgence as an example, Campbell argued that the fight game sometimes allows for miracles. He believes that Pacquiao...
Boxing Doctor News told onto your gloves, boxing fans, the rumors are true. Manny Pacquiao is stepping back into the ring. At 46 years old, the Filipino legend is taking on WBC welterweight champ Mario Barrios this July. But here's the kicker. Pacquiao's first world title was as a flyweight, and now he wants to retire as the WBC welterweight champ. Talk about a career comeback, but can the Pac-Man turn back time? He hasn't been in top form lately, while Barrios is coming off a tough draw. Will Pacquiao's experience triumph over youth, or is this one fight too far? Either way, July is shaping up to be an explosive month for boxing. Pacquiao's rolling the dice one last time. Will he make history as the oldest welterweight champ ever? Get ready for a showdown that'll have you on the edge of your seat.
Prominent boxing promoter Eddie Hearn weighed in with both respect and skepticism. He praised Pacquiao's skill and legendary status, but didn't shy away from pointing out the reality of his age and time away from the sport. While he agreed that Pacquiao might still beat many current fighters, he warned that expecting him to perform like his younger self could lead to disappointment.
What do you think of that fight?
Yeah, I think that, it's a very contentious subject. Like, people moaning about Manny Pacquiao. I think Manny Pacquiao is still good enough to beat most fighters in the top 20 at 147 pounds. He's clearly not the fighter that he once was. You're not going to be at that age. My problem is that he's been inactive for quite a long time. Like, we were talking about fighting him with Conor Benn maybe 6 months ago or a year, and every month or 3 months or 6 months that passes, you do become a lot older. So, I guess there's two questions. One is, should he be fighting again? And at the end of the day, if he's good enough to beat everybody outside of the top 20 in the world, then why not? But should he be fighting for the world title? I guess that's another question. In the commercial world of boxing, the answer is yeah, probably. In the ratings world and activity world, the answer is probably not.
Do you think it's strange that he's coming off the couch and getting a title fight like that?
I think when you've achieved what he's achieved, you've always got the right to do things a little bit differently to others. And with all due respect, Barrios is not Boots, and Barrios is not Crawford. And that's why we pushed the Conor Benn fight. Conor Benn, like, his best win is against Algieri or Van Heerden. So actually, Pacquiao is a step up. And people were still complaining at me for mentioning that fight, like Conor Benn is Boots. But he still hasn't had those wins yet.
Trainer Greg Hackett had a more cynical view of the situation. He made it clear that if this matchup had taken place years earlier, Barrios wouldn't have stood a chance. But the passage of time changes everything. According to Hackett, the current version of Pacquiao is no longer the ferocious machine he once was. He described the fight as more of a commercial event than a
hit a lick, but Pacquiao not Pacquiao no more. It's tough to go against him in this situation, because if it was some years ago, Pacquiao would beat Barrios. But right now, Barrios, with his momentum, might run and beat Pacquiao up. Not knock him out, but beat him on the cards, beat him behind that jab.
Similar to like Ugas, the Ugas fight.
Yeah, like on. Yeah. It's a good fight, but it's more of a good fight for Barrios. Pacquiao don't need it, but Pacquiao want to come back, and he want to come back with a bang. So, why not? If he could make it happen, make it happen. Because I would love, if Barrios was my fighter, I would love to have a Pacquiao on the record. I would love something like that. And that's a fight you got to get ready for.
It's a fight that boxing fans are going to criticize you for.
Yeah.
But the reality is, Manny Pacquiao has a die-hard fan base that you're going to make money with that fight.
Yeah.
But everybody wants to see other fights at 47. You Stanionis, you Boots, you Brian Norman.
Yeah, but he want to steal as much as he can steal. You know what I mean? Because again, this shit is not forever. Just like anything else, it's going to end. So you want to make some money, and you want to do great things.
The official announcement of Pacquiao's return took many by surprise. After a solid retirement in 2021, few expected the former champion to sign on for another professional bout. WBC President Mauricio Sulayan later confirmed that Pacquiao had received all necessary approvals to fight for the welterweight belt. This gave the event a stamp of legitimacy.
The WBC President Mauricio Sulayan has said Mario Barrios will face Manny Pacquiao this July. That's some crazy shit, bro. That's some crazy news. Manny Pacquiao is 46 years of age. He's making his return to the ring. And he said he wants to go out with a bang. He wants to finish his career as a champion. That's some crazy shit. Manny Pacquiao's professional record currently stands at 62 wins. 39 of those coming via knockout, 8 losses and 2 draws. Manny Pacquiao has one of the most impressive CVs in the sport of boxing. Just take a look at from 09 Ricky Hatton all the way up until here. There's so many names: Timothy Bradley, Manuel Marquez, Shane Mosley, Joshua Cloteley, Miguel Cotto, Floyd Mayweather, Jesse Vargas. Like, there's so many names on this list. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a look at Mario Barrios' record. 29 wins, 18 of those coming via knockout, 2 losses and 1 draw on his resume. What do I make of this fight? I don't know, you know. I mean, listen, this is a young man's sport. I ask myself, Manny Pacquiao, why do you want to come back and fight a younger fighter? You know what I mean? Mario Barrios, who is the current champion, who's the WBC champion. Why? What have you got to prove? You've proven everything throughout your career. So I don't know what to say, but anyways, let me know in the comment section what you guys think, and watch a clip of the president of WBC, Mauricio Suleiman, talk about this.
As of now, Mario Barrios is the WBC champion. So who is he mandated to fight next? Do you have made that decision yet?
Well, at this time, Mario Barrios is going to fight Manny Pacquiao in July. He wants to retire as WBC champion, so he's fighting in the welterweight division.
Why does he come out of retirement and get a WBC title shot in his first fight?
Because it's something that WBC has respected. Sugar Ray Leonard was retired 4 years when he requested to fight Marvin Hagler and defeated Hagler. So we do have that provision in the rules. A legendary champion with the credentials such as Manny Pacquiao. He has been medically cleared, licensed by Nevada, so we have voted in favor to allow that fight to happen.
Mario Barrios and his camp have been treating this fight with complete seriousness. Far from underestimating his older opponent, Barrios is reportedly training as if he's facing the prime version of Pacquiao. His coach's comments suggest deep respect, but also total readiness. Barrios, known for his resilience and hunger, appears focused on earning a career-defining victory.
Mentioned, a lot of people are asking what's going on. Are the rumors true? Is it possibly Spence? Is it Pacquiao? Who is Mario Barrios sharing the ring with next?
You know what? He's put himself in a great position through hard work. You know, he's a tremendous story when he turned pro, and what he's been able to accomplish being a 2-time world champion. And I always told everybody, you know, he fights all comers. You know, when we fought Gervonta Davis, all my hats off to Gervonta Davis. You know, but it was very difficult for us to make the weight. We were going to move up in weight. They presented us, you know, with this opportunity, and he said, you know what, I'll bite down for it one more time. And then from there, you know, obviously we had a tough loss, but it was a competitive fight. And his first fight at 147 pounds, he goes on and takes on Keith Thurman. No tune-ups, no getting used to the thing. Goes at that point is about as good as you can get in the division, and took on that. So he takes on all comers, all challenges. His first world title against Batirov, the Russian, is about as tough as you could have done at the time. And so I think he's earned the right now to be in the biggest, best possible fights. And now it's going to be up to Al Heyman and Louis DeCubas Jr. on what they see is best and fit for his career, whether that's, you know, Pacquiao, Spence, if that's a unification with Boots Ennis.